How to make a flourless chocolate cake. You're going to add your water, salt, and sugar to a small saucepan over medium heat. Keep stirring until everything is completely dissolved. Once this is dissolved, you're going to then, on a double boiler, melt your chocolate. I use a Gerardo's chocolate, a whole 20-ounce bag for this cake. You're going to dump all of the chocolate into your mixing pan and keep mixing until all of the chips are gone and it's just a nice smooth liquid material that you're going to see. As you can see, the pan is very hot. You can also decide to do this in the microwave if you don't want to do the double boil technique. Microwave is fast as well. Make sure you're using a microwavable container, a safe microwavable container if you decide to use the microwave. You see how fast it's melting in the double boiler? It's very smooth. All the chips are going down. If you lose a chip, put it back in. That's fine too. You want to also make sure to preheat your oven for 30 degrees, and you're going to grease one 9-inch round pan and set that aside. And please be sure to use parchment paper as well. It does help when taking the cake out of the pan. As you see, as I was saying, it's very smooth, it's very velvety, and once it's done and it's all dissolved, you're going to put that into your electric mixer. It doesn't take long, but you want to keep stirring until the entire thing is completely smooth. There's no more chocolate chips. There's no lumps. There's no bumps. It's a nice smooth chocolate. Now you're going to take that chocolate and you're going to dump that into your electric mixer. Pour all of the chocolate from the bowl into the mixer. And then you're going to cut up your butter and put that into the mixer as well with the chocolate. And then the sugar water that you made earlier, you're going to include that as well with the butter, the sugar water, until everything is completely mixed together. You might want to stop the mixer, scrape down the sides to make sure that everything is completely dissolved. And then you're going to add your eggs one at a time, 6 eggs one at a time. You can add vanilla during this time frame if you choose. For this recipe, I didn't use vanilla, but you can add vanilla. That is also optional, and it does help with the taste. It's a lot of eggs. If you can make it you can put it in one container if you want, and then just do one egg one at a time. And then be sure to add your hot sugar water, slowly beating that in. After you add in your eggs, you can also do a half-half combo. Put half eggs in, half sugar water in until it's completely in. Then you're putting this into your pre-parchment paper grease 9-inch pan. The entire bowl you're going to put in. I noticed that it did rise a little bit higher, but it was still fine. And I put the entire bowl into this 9-inch pan. From there, you're going to take it over onto a water bath. Guys, scrape everything down. That's my motto. So you're going to take that into your water bath. I put it up to halfway up the sides of the pan. And then I place this into the oven. And it does help when baking. And it's a nice smooth cake. To decorate, I also use a semi-chocolate glaze on top and put that all around the cake. It's up to you. This is a chocolate ganache. You can decide to not use it if you choose not to. It's totally up to you. You can just serve the cake as it came out of the oven. You want to make sure that once your cake is out of the oven, you want to put it into the refrigerator overnight. That does help, or at least for 8 hours. That does help it to congeal and set together. So if you decide to do the chocolate ganache, I think it was really nice to put it over the entire cake. Who doesn't love chocolate, right, guys? So a little extra chocolate always goes a great way. I put that all over the top, and then I wanted to add a combination of fruits as well as nuts. This was also for, the high holidays. This can be used for Passover. This could be used for Easter. This could be used for any celebration that you're having, because it's a great smooth chocolate cake. People say that it's more like a torte, and it is very rich and it's very decadent. I use strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, and blackberries, and added chopped hazelnuts to the top of this cake as garnish. And you put as much as you choose. Put it all the way around. You can put it on the side. It's totally up to you how much fresh fruit you want to use. You can also make a puree of fresh fruit and put that on top of the glaze. That does come out very nice as well. And then you can also decide to put it with a whipped cream topping if you decide that you don't want to use real fruit. And then I actually just drizzled a little bit more of the ganache on top of the fruit, because who doesn't love chocolate? So it's not a bad idea to add a little bit more chocolate if you can. And then I added some more chopped hazelnuts and some more chocolate. And there you go. How to make a flourless chocolate cake.